Hi, I'm Eyal Zeidman. I present here my brother, Yaron Zeidman. He's a Chinese doctor and expert in Chinese philosophy. And we are in the middle of lessons, of a series of lessons about Megaleh Amukot, is the depth of the Torah, and connecting it to our parsha of the week, which is now Parashat Vayetse, is Vayetse Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva. Hi, Yaron, my brother, my beloved brother.
Hi.
So we both were raised in Beersheba. So the parsha, the portion now, is Vayetse Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva, Megaleh Haarami. Is the last parsha was the birth of Yaakov and Esau, and they were like twin brothers, but opposite, not symmetric twin, but opposite twins. This one was like a delicate Yaakov, and this and Esau was like a murderer. And here I'm dealing with Megaleh Amukot. Often Yud Aleph is the 11th transcription of the Megaleh Amukot about the tiny Aleph in Vayikra. In the book of Vayikra, there's a tiny Aleph, and he says that the first man, Adam HaRishon, the first man, he was talking Aramish. He was talking the language of Aramish, and Rashi say Lavan Haarami, Yaakov went to Haran to seek for his wife Rachel, and he got Leah and Rachel and Bilhah and Zilpah as well. From them he got all the people of Israel, and the guy there, the father of them, was Lavan Haarami. Rashi says on the spot, Lavan Haarami is the same letter Haramai. Harami, Ramai. He was, so Adam HaRishon was speaking of Aramish language, and the whole of the explanation here is about Adam HaRishon, how he sinned, and therefore we are here, and how Moshe corrected all this sin, fixed it, and giving other Torah, etc. So, so how is in the Taoism, in Confucius, and this, all this, is there such a thing like a perfect past and then going into sin, and then correcting it? Is there such a thing?
Actually, in Chinese philosophy, mainly Confucianism, this is the basis of the whole Confucian thought, is that in ancient time there was what they call golden antiquity. So in the ancient times were the legendary rulers like Yao and Shun, and they were the most, the best people with the highest morals. But then it became no more. Everybody became corrupt with sin, not exactly sins, but everyone became morally corrupt. So there was, at the time of Confucius, 2,500 years ago, they were aspiring for 5,000 years ago, legendary rulership with high morals, and this, the golden age, they call it. So
do they have the text how to get the path to correct their ways?
Well, they have their suggestions, and Confucius mentions his followers, and many, many down the roads, they have like moral ethics, how to be very moral, and that kind of thing. And that can put you back on the path of antiquity, where everything was beautiful and of high morals. You
know that we are Jewish, and we got the Bible, the Torah, the Bible, and we got 613 mitzvot, is good deeds, how to do. In the Zohar Kadosh, in the Kabbalistic ancient book, it's called 613 suggestions, good suggestions how to correct your path and connect yourself back to God. So you just say suggestions also there.
Yeah. So, but
are they in details like?
No. Well, I mean, it's not really clear, because the ancient thoughts in China got broken down into different streams, and everyone had different suggestions. So there were always kind of philosophical conflicts between different sects within Chinese philosophy, what's right, what's wrong. But if you go back to 2,500 years ago, Confucius and Mencius thought, they have kind of an idea that this, in a nutshell, they said that inside the heart, the human being is very good, but because of all the desires on the outside, you become corrupt and you lose the way. So you have to go back to the inside heart, which is pure and good, coming from heaven, they say, and forget about all the, the desires and greed, which makes you go astray.
But how you get into your heart? What? Meditating?
Yeah, so they have meditating techniques, and this. I mean, you don't know what happened 2,500 years ago, but at the time they had something they call rites and music. So they have rituals and music, the aim of which was to bring the people back to the inner heart, to the center. But nobody really knows what the music was, but it's just in written transmission. They have rites and music, ceremonies and ancient music, so not modern music, but ancient music that would help you come back into finding it. But nobody really knows exactly what it is.
Interesting. Remind me that we have a song that we sang together. We put it on YouTube. It's a song of Jose Feliciano.
Jose Feliciano, yeah.
He was a patient of yours or what?
No, a patient, was a neighbor. And we,
a neighbor?
And we met a few times, yeah.
His
old agent was my patient.
So there was a new song he released, and we done it together on the sites of Jerusalem, and we'll put a
link.
We put a link down. You have to see this.
To the song, yeah.
And just finally, I want to mention this book of Rabbi Steinsaltz, Alav Sholem. You see, it's in Chinese. It's Pirkei Avot. It's the moral book of the ancient Mishnayot of Pirkei Avot in Chinese, and it was published all over China. I heard from the guy that gave it to me. He's a shliach in China, and mashgiach kashrut all over China. He flies every 2 weeks to China. He told me that they study this in schools. So Pirkei Avot, I'll say it in Hebrew, English. I'll say it in English, and then Yaron, please, he will read it out for us in ancient Chinese. So the Mishnah of Pirkei Avot starts, Moshe, Kibel Torah Sinai. Moses received the Holy Bible from Sinai, Mount Sinai, and Umesara Yoshua, and brought it over to Yoshua, and Yoshua brought it over to the Zkenim. Furthermore, okay, so
here it says, Torah 摩西受此西奈，传至约书亚，约书亚传众长老，众长老传众先知，众先知则传至犹大议会众成员。
Wow. Great. So, okay, so further on, we'll continue our lesson. I repeat it in Hebrew this week, more in details. Now just was the taste of for the English speakers. It was like try to see if it goes, if it be accepted good.
It flows, yeah.
I might make a lesson of Megaleh Amukot also in English for the English speakers.
Amazing.
So okay, thanks a lot, and hopefully make more lessons.
Yes, thank you.
Bye bye.